So B.Simone, she has a lip gloss line that does very good for herself, and bravo to her. I'm glad that she's doing very well. But prior to her having this lip gloss line, she was having some hard times. And she admitted that she used to sleep in her car for a couple of years. So she went from sleeping in her car to where she's at today. And like I said, I love to see stories like that. But when you get to a certain position, one or two things are going to happen to you. Either you're going to remember where you come from and always stay humble because you know that either I can return to that tomorrow and I want to, help other people, or you can get an ego, you can get the big head, etc. Right? Well, a lot of people took issue with B.Simone said with her dating preferences in the area of jobs versus, someone being an entrepreneur. So I'm going to play a short clip when she's talking to Nick Cannon, and let's really get into that.
He can't have a 9-to-5.
What? Why not? You don't want him to have an honest job?
I mean, he could be a hustling entrepreneur.
So you want him to be you want CEO status?
Yes.
Okay, he can't
so
like, he can't clock in and clock out.
No.
Damn,
I think
B.Simone.
entrepreneurs should date entrepreneurs.
Okay, but still, there's people who have really good jobs with vocational skills. If he's a mechanic,
I'm sure, but no, you're not going to understand my lifestyle. You're not going to understand why I'm up at 3 a.m.
Damn, you're making this hard for me. Okay, all right.
He has to be an entrepreneur,
a business owner. He getting one of them stimulus packages from Donald Trump, one of them small business loans, and he ain't buying jewelry with it.
Or moving into that direction.
Yeah. All right.
So you heard her say that she don't want a 9-to-5 guy. She says that he's not going to understand why she's up at 2 a.m. I read another quote. She said that he's not going to understand why, she's always on social media. But that statement in itself makes it seem that a man that works a quote unquote job won't understand you because they work a job. I don't get that portion of it. Now, it's her choice who she wants to date at the end of the day. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not. Some people are, but I'm not mad. But what people are bothered about is that basically she putting down brothers that work jobs, basically. She can do that if she wants to. It's her life. It's her dating choices. But if B.Simone watches this video, she stumble on it for some reason. I will say this to you, B.Simone. You said in another tweet, it's not about money. You just want somebody to understand you. But I don't understand the logic of equating, well, you have to be with a person that's an entrepreneur for them to understand you. You understand? Because there's some people that work jobs that's up at 2 a.m. too, because they got to get certain things done with their jobs. You know that the majority of people, and maybe the dating pool you're probably going to go after, work some sort of job. Not everybody has a business. I hope you understand that. Also, if you get with a man that is an entrepreneur, have you ever thought that he may not have a lot of time for you? Because if you have two entrepreneurs that's so busy, where would be the time for you and him with each other? Because he's doing the same thing you're doing. You're doing your business. He's doing his business, right? He may not have a whole lot of time for you, because people that are entrepreneurs, especially when you're trying to build it up and get it to the point where you can finally lay back, you're going to be doing a lot of work. You're not going to have time to do certain things. You're going to have to literally make time to spend with you. That's first and foremost. He could be an entrepreneur, but he may not be faithful. He could be an entrepreneur, but he may like to lie a lot. He may be the type of dude that say, oh, I can't be with her all the time. I feel smothered. You know how some guys say that. I never understood why a guy would say that about a woman. I don't know. I can't. She smothers me. She did. Like, look, if you don't want to be around women like that, just say, look, I just want to have female friends. I want a relationship, right? But when you say that you don't want a 9-to-5 guy, let me tell you the kind of guys that you're actually cutting out. See, in your mind, you, I guess, basically saying you don't want a broke guy, I guess, and that's your right to say that. But also, you know who works 9-to-5? LeBron James. Now you say, well, no, he plays NBA. He got $100 million contract. No. He's working a job. I'm not saying he don't have businesses of his own. He's working a job. So 9-to-5 would be a LeBron James, right? 9-to-5 would be NFL. 9-to-5 would be your doctor, your lawyer, 9 to 5 would be your person that work at NASA. You know what I'm saying? I'm just giving some pointers out there with that to her. 9 to 5 is a whole lot of industries out there that literally you cut yourself out on, because I guarantee you, if one of these guys with one of these big time contracts wanted to talk to you, you would talk to them. You want to be with them. So don't talk about no 9 to 5. I just think more so you focus on, in your mind, 9 to 5 means broke. Do you know a lot of CEOs of companies, they work a job, they are the CEO, and they make a lot more money than you. Just their bonuses would be more than what you're getting in a year. So I would not say 9 to 5. Now, you don't have in your mind, because see, this is the problem that I have with and I've noticed this with women. They get to a certain level and they're single. Then in their mind, they feel the guy got to be at that level where they at or higher to even talk with them. Now, as men, we can walk into TJ Maxx. We could see a woman we think that looks good, that's a cashier. We're not thinking, oh, well, she ain't making the money I'm making, so shoot, man, I ain't talking to her. As long as she look good and we think she could be nice, we'll ask her out on a date. We'll see what's going on. We're not gonna sit up there and say, oh, she work at TJ Maxx. I make $250,000 a year. I make $500,000 a year. I make $1 million a year. I ain't talking to her. That's not how we think as men. But when there's those women like her, and she ain't the only one, or women that get a little success, then they want to start talking like, oh, well, I got to have this. I got to have that. Well, B.Simone, I know you're talking with a little entitlement, but you're going to have to meet somebody nice. You're going to slow your roll, because what's going to end up happening, you're going to stay by yourself. Dude's not going to take you seriously. And then you're going to look up, you 35, 40, 45, etc. And you're like, why you can't get no man? I don't understand. I this and that and the third. Well, you don't understand because you put out a certain energy out there that's not conducive to men really want to be with you. Because men don't want no women that act like that or present themselves like that, because that kind of attitude is an ugly attitude. I got to have a man that's this and that and the third. I mean, when you want a man to treat you nice, when you want a man to love you, want to be in the family with you, if y'all have a child, when you want him to be an awesome father, I mean, would you want that? I mean, that's the things that I look at, because money can come and go, because she can lose her money today. Then what you got? You understand? That's what you got to look at. Or any woman that's quote unquote successful, they don't never think like that. They don't think. They just say, oh, I got to have this. I got to have that. Nobody's entitled to anything. You can give me something. Like I said, when I was single, I didn't go looking for that. I'm like, listen, I want somebody to treat me nice. Just the things that I was looking for. That was it. I didn't say, oh, she has to make X amount of dollars or this. Now, of course, I'm not saying get somebody that's a bum, whether it's a female or a male. No, you get nobody living at their mama house and sleeping on somebody else's couch and don't have a car, don't have anything. But as long as that brother got his own place to stay, his own cars, he's not out here being a criminal. He's all the things that's just normal things that what a person needs to do. This needs to be self-sufficient. If that guy's a hustler, because he could be working a 9 to 5 while he working on his entrepreneur skills. That's how I did it, right? So that brother could be doing that. And then I know some people who have a business and still work a 9 to 5 somewhere else, because it's too easy for them to get that money with this 9 to 5 and save their other money they're getting from certain business deals. One guy I know two guys, multi-millionaires, they got off of selling their businesses, right? And they still work 9 to 5. You wouldn't know that they work 9 to 5, but they got millions in the bank. So see, you have to really think about that message you're putting out there, B.Simone. Like I said, I don't know if who's in your life, but I don't know if your dad's around, but your dad will probably tell you that. But leave me a comment, guys. Let me know what you think about the situation with B.Simone. And like I said, just that thinking that she has. And like I said, she's not the only one. Like I said, I've heard this so many times that women that got, a college degree, or maybe they got a certain job making a certain amounts of money. So now they say, this guy got to make what I make or more. I say, well, you don't know what could approach you. You know what I'm saying? And you pass somebody up, just go, oh, he don't make what I'm making. You look down the line 5 years later, that guy could be with somebody else. Now that guy didn't even surpass you ×2, and you should have got with him back then. And that has happened before with certain women, and then they feel stupid. They're like, man, I could have got with that guy. That was a good guy, but I focused so much on what he was making at that time period.